Welcome along to that time again. We have arrived at Friday, and this is where I give you my time, my knowledge, and the best strategy guide out there, ready for your weekend's racing. The F1 Clash winter event with Piastri, Bottas and Graham Hill, all 10% boosted to hopefully tickle your fancy. Let me know down in the comments who are you going to be using, and let me know if these guides are still really helpful as well. So as ever, we're going to run through your strategy guide, your track maps for each circuit that you are going to race at the weekend. It covers boosts, it covers strategy, it covers a little bit of setup advice. We've got the track map, where to push, where to conserve. We've got it all, and we don't keep it secret at all. We give it to you, because if you're enjoying the game, you're supporting myself hopefully as well, which is what we want you to do. We want you to be part of our community as well. So obviously join that Discord in the description. So it is the winter event. We've been through what is the drivers, Bottas, Piastri, and we've got Graham Hill, all 10% boosted. Check out Bottas and Piastri's other versions, as they could be better, dependent on your level. So with this event, obviously I've already qualified. We are there in currently P1. And we're going to hope that we get through decently, and we're going to be following similar strategies that you're going to see in this video. Now, the track maps that we're going to be covering. We've got Shanghai for race number 1, and that is in the wet stuff. We've got Singapore for race number 2. We head off to Barcelona in the wet for race 3. We've got the dreaded Monaco and Monza, the M&M, the double, 4 and 5, to a trip to Australia, which is a bit easier, in 6. Hungary gets difficult in 7, and then we round off opening round and final round, which you're going to make with a trip to Austria and Spielberg. So some good tracks in here, some difficult tracks to keep us on our toes, specifically races 4 and 5. Even 7 is going to be difficult too, but we're going to run through the very best we can. Now let's head over to the strategy area. And remember, if you're watching, half of you watching haven't even subscribed. Hit that subscribe on the channel. Makes me want to keep doing it. And remember, when the new season kicks off in May, you're going to need all the advice you're going to get. So let's kick off with the first circuit of China. You had this in qualifying, but you didn't have it in the wet. So you're going to require your best overtaking drivers and your highest speed setup for Shanghai. Make sure you go with them to track stats. The wet conditions. If you're racing in Champions and Contender, it is going to be a 4 wet, 3 wet, and a 3 wet, 4 wet. Dependent on how you perform in the race, if you're at the back, you want to do an undercut, a 3-4. If you're towards the front, look at doing that 4-3, because you don't want to come out in traffic. Now, Challenger and Junior players, you want to be doing the 2-stop. You've got the 2-2-3 and the 3-2-2. That is designed so you don't double stack. You're going to be pitting on lap 4 and lap 5. You will not be double stacking your drivers. Now, the boosts down below. Obviously, it depends on what boosts you have in your boost locker. However, these do cover all the stats that have both track stats in it, all the boosts. So we've got Skull, Eclipse. We've put the Legio badge against the best ones, Firework and Street Shark. You can also use Taurus, Unstoppable, Eternal Flame, Hex and Warrior. You can see there we include the overtaking stat, the speed stat, the total points, and the additional stat that you get with it as well. Now the track map itself. Blue for conserve. You can see that in the top right hand corner of your screen right now. That is where you want to conserve your power unit. Yellow is where you want to stick on a medium on your power unit, your engine mode, and red is where you want to attack. China is a pretty decent circuit. It has got big points available, so make sure you use this strategy and you will score some good points. Now, race 2, we head off to Singapore. Now, the last time we raced here, this was a circuit that Hutch hadn't got on top of. It was a very, very easy circuit. So it could be that we're at that point again. So who knows? Have they tweaked Singapore? Now, you're going to require your race start drivers. So your best race start driver and your cornering setup. That is what's required for Singapore. Now, it is in the dry, so champions and contender. Now, champions, you're probably going to be running that too soft strategy. Contender, you've got the 2 soft if you want to get a good start, and then do 2 medium, 2 mediums, or you can do what Challenger and Junior can do. 2 medium, 2 medium, 2 medium. Nice and simple. Now, some of you in Junior do think, well, because you can do free hard, free hard. I hate using hards. It's just me. That's my personality. But do give it a go if you feel like it might be a lot more beneficial for you. Now, the boosts that include both track stats. Timeless, Hook. We've got Copper and Prince both in there, which give you a total of 40 extra points. You've got Kawhi, Herald, Nazar, and Ballast. Top right track map, 3 places to conserve power unit, a lot of attacking. I really do think if they haven't changed it, a lot of you are going to be scoring big points at this Singapore circuit. I think even my low-level account in Champions still scored around 45 last time we raced there. So it is pretty easy, and hopefully it's still the same. Now, race 3, we go off to the wet circuit of Barcelona this week. It is tyre management drivers that are required. You're in luck, because Piastri and Bottas are both tyre management drivers. We've got a cornering setup still required, so same cornering setup as Singapore, but potentially different drivers. Now, in the wet conditions, now ideally, I'm going to give you a couple of strategies here, but I'm going to cover off the main one for you. You've got a 4 wet, 5 wet, and a 5 wet, 4 wet. That is what you want to be doing ideally. If you're not comfortable, you can do a 3-3-3, but it is a lot slower condition. So I've put these on just to cover you. You might start at the front in Champions and Contender and want to absolutely push as quick as you can, and you can make use of the 3-3-3, but we cover off as much as we can. Same as you in Challenger and Junior. Even with a very good tyre management boost like Saar and Nazar, you should be able to get near 4 wet, 5 wet. If you can't, the 3-3-3 is your way to go. Don't stress. Do the 3-3-3. You'll be absolutely fine. Movember, Saar, Nazar. Saar and Nazar, the 2 best ones. Downforce and self-control. To get the most out of these strategies, Saar is the boost for you. Now, track map. Blue down the straight. Blue kind of on that little back straight that we have. Attack every other single corner pretty much. Good track for race start as well. You can make up a lot of positions on lap number 1. So, after we've gone through Spain, we head off to my absolute nightmare. And even my football club, Aston Villa, got beat by Monaco recently. So, it didn't even add anything to it. Monaco for race number 4. Now, this is in dry conditions. Now, defending drivers are now required. Cornering setup required as well. Now, a little bit of a tip. We don't put it on the track map. That's why we want you to listen. In Champions and Contender, if you have 80 tyre management plus a palm boost, you can look at doing a 4 soft, 4 soft. That is a little tip. If not, 4 medium across the board is absolutely fine. They are the best strategies that I find work. However, you can do Challenger and Junior. You might want to look at doing a 3 soft, 2 soft if you've got really bad tyre management in Junior. Or you might want to look at doing 4 hard, 4 hard. But again, we use the strategies we're familiar with, and it just seems to work so much better. Now, Hook and Prince are the 2 boosts that you want to go for. You've got Movember, Jin, Saar, Cranberry, Reindeer, and Downforce. And there is your track map in the top right. 3 places to conserve the power unit. The home straight, up the hill, through the tunnel. You want to be attacking the Nouvelle Chicane, which is at the bottom of the tunnel, and the swimming pool section in the last sector. Some really good opportunities to overtake. Unless you are as a W, we do not overtake. At Monaco, we get stuck. Hopefully, you're going to get it a little bit easier. Now, Monza for race number 5. Defending drivers again, but a speed setup. Make sure to change that setup. Similar to Monaco. 4 soft out front. Now, that needs 80 tyre management plus a tyre boost of like Palm. So, you're looking at like 90 tyre management to be able to manage 4 soft, 4 soft. If not, 4 medium is absolutely fine. Challenger and Junior, the 3 soft, 2 soft, and the 4 hard. One of the rare times that we picked the hard tyres. 1 stop is good round Monza. 1 stop is good for me. Rainbow, Tulip, Voice, and Warrior are the boosts that I go to. Obviously, we've mentioned that you can use Eagle down the bottom and you can use Palm because it's got defending. There's some bonus tips again for you. We're always trying to give you tips on this, and that is why we give you that Palm tip. It's very good to use. That's why we always try and give it to you, not put it on the map so that you don't just read it and you simply just listen and take this knowledge in. Now, top right on the track map, you've got the blue free for conserving, you've got the yellow, and you've got the red. Difficult track for Monza, very difficult race start as well here. Now, race 6, we are off to Melbourne. This is a power unit circuit, and it's going to be some more points available for you quite easily, hopefully. Now, this is a defending track again, so a trio of defending circuits. We've then also got power unit required. So a 4 medium from the front, with a 3 medium, 2 soft in Challenger and Junior. And obviously the opposite, so that you do not double stack. You can also, in Junior and Challenger, do the 4 hard. But again, we leave that a little bit up to you to see what you prefer. You could do one or the other. You can try it. See how you get on. Iron Force and Gladiator are the 2 best boosts, with Jin, Voice, Exception also very good round here. And then we've got the track map. In the top right, blue for conserve, yellow for that engine mode on medium, red for attacking. Another circuit with a really good race start. So push on lap number 1. Use all that power unit. Some really good chances to overtake round at Melbourne. And then there was 2. Race 7, Hungary. This is often a very hungry track because it takes and destroys and eats our points up like no matter what. Defending again. Cornering setup though required. Get that cornering on. Now, Champions Contender, the 4 mediums, works every time. Another tip, like Monza, like Monaco, 4 soft, with a palm boost, for example, using good drivers with about 80 tyre management, you can do the softs, no problem at all. Challenger and Junior, 3 medium, 2 soft, 3 medium, and the opposite again, so that you do not double stack. Just like Monaco, Hook and Prince are your 2 key boosts, and the list again for the other boosts available. Now, you can use any boost, of course, but these are the best ones. Blue for conserve on the track map again. It's a good track. Very difficult lap 1. First few corners can be an absolute nightmare. So really that could set up your race, and you might have to start coming through the pack. Hungary is a difficult circuit. And then we finish off with Austria. Now, Austria is in itself can be tough. AI Leclerc usually goes ham round here. He absolutely flies. So hope for a breakdown or some very fast car setup to try and reel him back in. Defending again. Speed setup they required. Change the setup. And we've got the 4 soft, 2 soft, and a 5 medium in Champions and Contender. Challenger and Junior, the 4 medium, 3 soft, and the opposite, so that you do not double stack. Boosts, Rainbow, Tulip, Voice, and Warrior. And in the top right, you've got your track map. 3 places to conserve. If you're in Challenger, Junior, or Contender, maybe even Champions, this is going to be your fastest lap circuit of the weekend. So that is your strategy guide complete for the F1 Clash Winter event. Make sure you hit that like button. I really hope these strategies are helping you all the way through to what will be the new season in May, where we do this all over again. We begin from scratch, and we'll have plenty of hints and tips ready for you to kick off your F1 Clash season. But for now, let's go and get your best result so you can carry some CC points over to the new season.